Hello, 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 hello. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing fine. I really do. It's kind of bright out here. Let's do this. Oh my God, that feels better. Ain't got to squint. Got in the truck, drove down the road, and I forgot to put them on. But hell, it don't matter. How's everybody doing? I ain't got a whole lot for you. I do have a crap load of stuff for you. I really do. But the only problem is most of it I can't report on. Why is that? Oh, well, if you don't know, I can't tell you that either. Too many rules. Too many rules. Too many things to write down that you can't cover. I mean, the algorithm's gotten so big now that I don't think that it can keep up. They just got too many words in there that they cover. Can't cover none of them anymore. It's a terrible thing, I'm telling you. But I know that things about a laptop. Wow. Have y'all seen the pictures of that stuff? We're talking about the laptop, the big story in January, the big story about the laptop. You know what I'm talking about? It's back in the news. And and it's got facts down. It ain't just hide in the corner. It's got actual facts, photographs. I mean, some extreme photographs, but oh my God. Hey, you can't lie about them. Now, they could be fake, but if they were, and somebody's real good at faking photos. But anybody can, trust me. They can be faked, but I don't think they are. Because there's a lot of other stuff that goes along with it that's got actual documentation. There's a lot of documentation coming, and it might cause it might just cause a damn civil war. Maybe it's not a silver. Maybe it'll be a golden war. I mean, we done had a silver, right? Silver war. So maybe this one needs to be a golden war. I think that's what we'll call it, the next golden war, or the first golden war, because it's basically a silver war was a cheap war compared to the golden war, because the Civil War was people fighting against each other, so it wasn't worth much. But if it was a golden war fighting against the nobodies, the silver people fighting against the gold people, then since everything's trying to be forced into one race or another, since there's really no race, they could just call it the Gold War and the Silver War. And that would be the rich against the poor, because that's really what we're talking about anyway. If you got enough brains, that's what it's really about. It's not nothing other than money and money and money and money and money. It has nothing to do with race. It has to do with money. Straight up, straight out. That's all there is to it. It's always been about money, people. It's always been about money. And it's all depending on who's got the most money, depending on who or what's going to take your rights away from you, especially about gun rights and free speech. That's all about money. That's all it is about money, and enough money can buy. Do you understand? It can buy what they want. They can buy it if they really want it. Or do they want to keep it going because they make enough money on it? I'm thinking they make enough money on it. And it's going to continue. And when I say that, and you say, well, how's free speech making anybody any money? Well, you think about it. If you speak your free speech against someone, no matter what they're saying you can and can't do, just say that it's just something they can or they can't do. Can or they can't do. All right, you got one person pushing that he wants guns. You got 10 people saying that you don't. What's going to win out in the end? A long enough period of time, what's going to win out in the end? You know what it's going to be. It's going to be the 10 to 1. You understand? And it's not that they're going to do it right away and they can even actually do it. They have to have a big percentage of the population to vote for that. And you're talking at least 75% of the population. You got me? Or at least 3/3 or 2/3. Something like that, I think that's what it is. But I'm thinking that 75% of the population. That's a lot of people in our population. And to get something like that to be overturned where they could strip you completely of your Constitution and actually change the Constitution is a big deal before they can actually take it. But that's not to say that they can't limit on what kind of gun you can have or what's wrong with you depending on whether you can or can't have a gun or your age or anything to that effect. All of those things are unconstitutional. They've already took the automatic weapon away from you. They got the semi-automatic, but that's not the same. I mean, there's really no reason for a automatic gun, but I'm gonna be quite honest with you. People are still gonna get them, even if we didn't have the right to bear arms in this country. There's still gonna be gunshots, and there's gonna be people killed with guns, because it still happens in England and Australia. Those people aren't allowed to own guns over there. And you know what really makes me wonder how that law even got passed in that country? Because they got so much country and so much hunting and all of that. I guess they did it mainly so they could get more tax off of the hunters. That's really what it was all about. And you got to have a hunting license to hunt. You also, now, you would also have to have a license to be carrying a gun to do that. And it's only good for hunting. It's not good for carrying it around or doing anything. Just hunting. So when the hunting escapade went over for the weekend, your hunting license was gone too. You get me? So every time you go to hunt, you'd have to pay an extra license. A day or weekend pass, basically. It's probably a day pass. That way they know that you don't have a gun at night. You only got the gun when you come back to the range out here and you picked up a gun. Probably they've rented the guns and the ammo and, the license. Got to get all three. Who knows? Who cares? I don't care. I'm just burning off at the mouth about something I really don't know. But I'm sure it's something like that. Now, it might not be that complicated. It may be even a whole lot easier. Hell, I don't know. Don't really care. That's in another country, although I feel bad for them and England because they both lost the right to bear arms. So if their government or laws trip, flip, and trigger legal, it might be big trouble. Now, I will tell y'all this. Y'all all know that the Queen's husband passed away. And that's all I'm going to say. There's nothing bad. I'm just saying he passed away. And, it looks like we're going to have a new king or queen. It's going to be a king. That's fixing to come into power, it looks like, because people that have been married, as long as them two have been married. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, or know that it's even going to happen, but statistics say that they live a year at the most afterward, which is possible, may not. Hell, she might live till she's in her hundreds. Who knows? I hope she does. It gives me hope not to think that I'm going to die next month. You know my point. I'm 60 years old. And shit, the way I feel these days, damn, it's getting worse. I had a friend tell me about 8 years ago, he had retired. He was my buddy. We worked together for a lot of years. And he told me, he says, man, he says, I've been busy as I can be since I got a part-time job. I says, you ain't got no part-time job. Hell, you worked until you was as old as you. He says, that's the point. He says, I worked right into a new job, and I didn't even have to get hired. I said, what are you talking about? He says, I got to go to the doctor 3 times a week. He says, so I got a part-time job. I have to get up, and I have to go to that appointment every 3 days, or every other day, or whatever it is. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. He going every day. So he got a part-time job. And I feel him because I got one too. I got an appointment Wednesday. So there you go. It's always something, right? But hey, do y'all want to be on the bottom of this poll? Or y'all going to just sit back and listen to all this crap? Now, we all know there's some things that they can't do. And you know they found them a technical glitch in the First Amendment. In other words, if the company owns it, they can demand what other people hear. That ain't quite what that means. Because if you got something like that, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I'm not no attorney, but a good attorney ought to be able to tear that all to hell. And the reason why is because it's a public platform that they designed. They can't change the rules nor the laws for their platform every other day. And they have been doing that now since YouTube got bought by Google. They've been doing it a lot. And they just keep changing every day. Google's doing Google, YouTube, Twitch, Twitch, D-Live's doing it now. All of them. They're all doing it. Twitter, Facebook, they're all doing it. They're all monitoring what you say, do, and it's being pushed by the narrative by someone that has more control over the internet than the people do. And all of those things that they keep holding back on people, and they keep doing these things like that, is something that the internet was supposed to always be free. And they've done made the internet cost people bunches of money. They got it to where you can only do certain things, and if they don't want to hear your voice, they can cut you off and make you think that you're the biggest person on YouTube or Google or anywhere else. But if they want to, they can make you a nobody. I can prove to y'all that my website was worth $65,000. My website, a few years ago. But it wouldn't do me no good to tell you that my website was tore up 3 times. And I thought it was some insiders that done that shit. But not anymore. And the reason why I say it wasn't, it had to do with somebody that could control the algorithms of the internet. Because once you have a title name out there, okay, this is how I know this is for a fact. Because once you have a URL and a title name out there, it don't lose its stuff. Okay, it's always there. Its analytics are on the internet, per se. The analytics to that have been on there, and people search the name because the name is embedded out there now. Okay? But once that name has been shut down by an organization, okay, it doesn't, at the time that I'm talking about, it was an organization doing it. But now it's not an organization doing it. It's actually the internet itself getting away with that. ICANN and all the rest, all of that has a lot to do with it. back in the old days of YouTube, the person that come out with a video, like, it didn't matter. If it was an original video and it come from you, like Monograph, he did one called something chocolate, I don't know, it was him dressed up as a woman doing it was a comedian thing, comedy. And he got a bunch of views on that. He was the original uploader of that. Now, there's been other people to copy it and put it up, and they either got, copyright strikes against them or whatever the case may be. It didn't matter. I'm sure it wasn't Monty, because Monty wasn't going to do that. I mean, he didn't do that for a lot of reasons. But the point of it is why in the world would these things be that way? Well, they're getting away with it. They're using free speech to say it's their platform. They can have people, they can allow what they want to say and what they don't. Well, that's true up to a point. But when it's one-sided, that means it becomes, well, like everybody's been saying, it's sort of called racist or political party, whatever you want to call it. It's political party racism from one party to the other, right? I mean, hell, people are all human beings, and they're all mixed people. Every one of us we ain't no thoroughbred of no particular race. We can claim it, but that don't mean that that's what we are. We might only have 5% of that race in our body or in our blood, or less, or maybe more. It doesn't matter. But it still, the fact remains that the race card that people keep pulling is total ordinary bullshit. It's to keep the people themselves completely estranged from each other. And there's more than, there's so many races, it doesn't matter. And everybody needs to learn that. Put it in their pipe and smoke it. And just know that each and every one of your brothers and sisters, and you're all human beings. And you need to live that way. You love thy neighbor. Why do you think those things are put down? It's not to love, hey, your cousin across the street and the guy that lives next to him, you hate his guts. Simple. So it's up to y'all. Y'all do what you want to do. You can not do nothing, or you can do something. You can empower yourself to be more than what you are. That's entirely up to y'all. But you got to do something. We can't keep sitting here not doing nothing. They're going to destroy the way of life in this country. They're going to bankrupt it. In fact, if you really want to know the truth, I think we are bankrupt. I told y'all that gas was going up. I seen gas come down a long way the other day. It was down to $2.69. But today, that was just 2 days ago. But today, $2.79, right back on up. It ain't at $2.89 like it was, but it's working its way back up. It comes down and it goes back up, just like I told you. But this time it come down a lot further than normal. But they're gonna be up there around $3 or so. You give another week or two. I mean, things has got to go up because people can't. The dollar ain't worth nothing. As many millions of dollars that they've put out there, a dollar bill is just not worth nothing. Now, I do know that the rest of the world's in trouble with the dollar. Their money as well. But inflation is killing all of that. And that's a fact. Y'all know it. I know it. Everybody else knows it. It's like this. If you can't speak freely, you're not free. And, these big guys has been preaching and preaching about this free speech, that they have the power to tell you what you can and can't say. That's basically what they're doing. And they have been doing it. And if they don't like the narrative of what you're talking about, like if you want to talk about the ex man of last year, and the year before, and the year before, and the year before that, like I'm speaking in code now, like y'all know what I mean. These people with this crap that they've done to us over this last year, and it not getting any better yet, is just beyond me. And I'm tired of the news contradicting the people and the doctors on staff in different states. It's so ridiculous. And they're going to continue and pump it back up again until these stupid things are here forever. And I didn't have to say that. How was that? That was cool, wasn't it? But it is what it is. If y'all want to live in this type of situation in life, it is entirely up to y'all. It really is. I mean, I keep seeing things. The last video I did, I had 1,339 views in 2 days. The third day, it dropped all the way to 1,013 views. Dropped that many views. It took it till yesterday for it to go back up close to that. It was up to 13 something. I don't remember. So 13 something. Back to about where it was at. But all the views that it lost, it regained. They just was holding it. They just took the views off and held them. So whatever views that they took off, they put back, but they didn't put the ones that it actually got the whole week, the extra 3 days. You understand? They did that with comments. They've done it with comments. They've deleted comments to where I can't read them, but there says it there. They've done it to Facebook likes and dislikes. They've done it with both. They won't be none, and all of a sudden there's 10. And then it'll disappear and there'll be no likes at all. It's just over and over again. D-Live the other night cut me off, suspended me for 24 hours for something that I've been playing for 2 months. Why? I don't know. Some kind of new tagging bush. I don't know. Who cares? I don't care. I ain't. And that's the damnedest place. I'll get up to about 96 followers over there. You got to have 200 to be, to become a partner. And I can't get the damn thing up. I'll get them up real close, and then I'll drop off. I'm down to, 185? It was down from 196. It goes down, it goes up, goes down, it goes up. But then when it goes down, on its way back up, it goes real slow. It ain't coming back near as fast. Which it doesn't matter, but you know my point, what I'm trying to say. It's like everybody's doing it. Everybody holds everybody down. It's just like my Twitch channel. It's went downhill in the last month, and I don't know why. I had at least 55 subscribers, and that's dropped almost in half. I ain't figured that out yet, but maybe one day it'll let me know. I mean, I understand people can't afford it. I understand. But it seems like I would have more people coming and going, because it seems to be that there's a lot of people watching, but are they? Or are they getting kicked off as soon as they get there? I do know that happens too. But I try. I try to keep it up. I try to keep it running. On DLive and Twitch and on YouTube. And the videos that I do, instead of playing somebody's music and getting the copyright, I put my video up there until they tell me that it's an ad unworthy, and then I take it down. But they did that because they tired of hearing it, because I play it over and over again. I do that for the people that don't get to see me the rest of the week, or they didn't get notified, and they come looking for me because they ain't got no notification. They see the last video that I made. The last one that I done was a couple of weeks ago, or a few days. It's been a week ago, I think now, and I'm doing another one. I meant to do one a couple of days ago. Things didn't work out that day. And I started one on this one earlier today, and that didn't work out. So now it seems to be working out a little bit. I hope all of y'all have been doing great. I'm sorry that I'm not making as many videos as I was making. That is going to return again. Hold on a minute, I'm dry mouth here. That's going to change eventually. We'll get some videos out again. Just right now, I've had a lot of I just don't want to blow up. If any of you know Monograph and you saw his video the other night, he went off. That's the first. I've seen him get mad before, but don't generally put it on his main channel. That's the first time I've seen him on his main channel ever get outright like that, because he generally he don't generally get mad like that and sling out some of them bad words. He don't do that much on his channel. I can tell you that. He tries to be a good boy there, which I do too, but I work with a whole bunch of the guys that are used to really get into that stuff a lot. I mean, shop talk. Now, some people don't use shop talk because they didn't work in a shop. They might have worked in an office building and they had to watch what they say, even though they could say some things, but they had to do it outside. You know my point? Okay. Well, we didn't cut no corner. You don't cut corners in a shop. Not in this kind of shop. Call them sweatshops. You know, basically what they are. They're a sweatshop. Where you go in it and you work and you sweat. That's a sweatshop. But anyway, folks, we've talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, some ugly. There's a lot of ugly. And when I say a lot, I mean there is a lot of ugly out there. And 9 times out of 10, and I'm saying 9 out of 10, the ugly is got money behind it. No matter what kind of ugly, it's got money behind it. And 9 times out of 10, it's lots of money. Basically. See, by now, there's a lot of people out there that was around that I know that's got 150, 200,000 subscribers that was coming up like me. Now, I don't have that many subscribers. But my point of it is the reason why is because I lost my main channel, and I lost the main channel because it had too much hookups through my Google Plus and all the Google stuff. They got rid of that. They had to get rid of that channel. They got rid of the whole thing. My Google account and my YouTube channel. It's both gone. Not just one. The whole channel, which I had two other things hooked to it, and 3 Google Pluses. And it destroyed all 3. On both. It just took them all completely off. Said I was violating guidelines. Yeah. Guidelines to, I don't remember exactly. I can't remember the words. But it got me. Google guidelines. And it destroyed the algorithm. Once they deleted it, after the first year, and the analytics kept showing up blank, then my analytics for Tattooed 1009 YouTube disappeared, slowly disappearing. Okay, although now the new channel says Tattooed 1009 Reloaded, that's a different thing. It says just Tattooed 1009 on there. And the reason why it says that on there is because I didn't want to lose my channel. I got penalized over and over again on the same guideline, and YouTube stuck it and took my channel away. But they wanted my channel gone. Just like Facebook wanted my channel gone 3 days before the election. No joke. And I wasn't even posting anything about the election. They didn't want me to be there to post anything, period. My YouTube is still gone. They won't give it back. I tried to get it back. Nope. It's gone. So, it's gone, it's gone. I don't care. I didn't really want it anyway, and I think too many people that do have it put too much of their own personal information on there. It just bugs me. I just don't understand why they'd want to do it. There's a lot of those platforms that are doing that. Google sells your telephone number to everybody in the damn world. Why do you think you're getting so many damn prank calls? Because Google's selling it to make a profit on something. To make more money, to take more rights away from you from being your free speech. Straight up, that's straight from the horse's mouth, and that's a fact. Jack. Or Jill. Or Spill. It don't matter. But look, folks, I love y'all. Y'all all know that. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. And it's up to y'all. Do y'all want to be free? Then you're going to have to make some sacrifice. You're going to have to make some sacrifice. You're going to have to start talking about it to your friends, to your internet people, your Facebook, your Twitter, until everybody is absolutely just... Twitter is almost gone. And I'm not lying. I have never seen it so bad on Twitter. There is hardly anything coming to my boxes anymore, and it's ridiculous. But hey, it is what it is. It's going to be what it is. So they're going to do whatever they want to on all of it. And eventually there'll be something come out, and it'll be the other side, and then we'll have to go all through this bullshit again. And it's what it is. It's all bullshit. It's all about who's got the most money. And right now it seems to be that all of the ones with the big money are on the same side of the fence. I think someone needs to piss one of them off in a massive way, or scared the living piss out of him. I don't know what would create the big deal, but I'm thinking that two of the biggest ones start getting into a little spizzatch about something. They could you know, start causing a little bit of financial mishap for each other, and then turn into a scrizap between some of them, and there you go. But much love to y'all. Y'all have a good day, and from my cold dead hands, and I damn well mean it, abolish corporate greed for your freedoms. Corporate greed goes a long way in everything you do. Much love. Have a good day now. And to the republic for which it stands.